Hello and welcome back to the Viltrumites. My name is Kiefer Klug and I'm joined with our co-host,
Ronan Carmody.
and together we are going to discuss our top 5 favorite games. Now let's start off with Ronan. What is your number 5?
My number 5 is it's a new game. It's called Marvel Rivals. For those who don't know, it's basically Overwatch but with a Marvel skin to it, except this game is just better.
It's 10 times better.
Yes, it is. It's just shown with more love, more like creativity, and honestly, it's just more fun. All right, now
True.
on to Kiefer. What is your top 5 favorite game?
My top 5 favorite game, sorry I have to say it, but it's Fortnite. Um when you look past the fact that it is a children's game, you look at the collabs and you see it's just good. We have so many like Invincible, Dragon Ball, Marvel, DC, you name it. We have a lot in Fortnite and I really appreciate that. And the creative mode in Fortnite with all the games that you can create, just overall, it's just a fun experience. With that, we're going to move on to our number 4 spot. So, Ronan, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is a little game called Sonic Mania, and I know, oh, Sonic, that's a children's game.
No.
I don't really care. It's just, it doesn't matter if it's a children's game. I'm just looking for a good time with a video game. Yes, it does kind of matter. Am I looking for something like child friendly, or like hardcore? This sense, I'm looking for something child friendly, and you feel the love with this game. The music is phenomenal. The gameplay, it's like that classic Sonic action from the 90s that most people will love. And overall, it's just a fun game. And it actually like really short. I think you could beat it under like a 2-hour like radius.
Nice.
All right. Kiefer, what is your number 4 favorite game?
My number 4 favorite game has to be Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is an offshoot from the Metal Gear Solid franchise. It's about a side character named Raiden, and he goes through this epic journey against all these futuristic robotic foes, and it's just overall, the story is just so good. Like, I can't even believe it. For a PlayStation 3 game, it's insane to this day. The soundtrack is great, because I still find myself listening to music from it, and yeah, it's just fabulous. I really dig it. So we're going to move on to our number 3 spot. Ronan?
My number 3 favorite game of all time. It's pretty recent. Came out about like 2 years ago. It's another Sonic game. Sonic Frontiers. And I know, it's like, oh, Sonic? Still, it's a children's game. No, it's not. This game, I mean, yes, it is for children, but you feel the love for it. Because it's like, it has more of a story than like the other games that came out recently. It's more like, it's actually surprisingly emotional, and you wouldn't expect that from a Sonic the Hedgehog game. This game makes the characters actually like, characters, and not just like cheerleaders for Sonic where they're just like, yeah, go Sonic, where that just sucks. But
Yeah.
this game, the story is phenomenal. But the gameplay, it's even better. It's an open world game with good combat, amazing bosses, and just like Sonic Mania, phenomenal soundtrack. It is literal heavy metal. If any of you like that, check it out, please. All right, Kiefer, what is your number 3 favorite game of all time?
My number 3 would definitely be Insomniac's Spider-Man 2. It is a recent game, and Ronan actually completed it recently.
It's phenomenal, by the way, I must say.
It is absolutely great. I love it so much. The symbiote, Venom, I just love that entire aspect of Marvel. I really appreciate it. It's just a really gripping story, and it's very emotional too. Like, it plays with your heartstrings, because like all these highs and then these lows, it just like you don't know like what emotion to even feel. Overall, it's just a great story. It really gets you. So we're gonna move on to our number 2. Ronan?
My number 2 favorite game of all time is Super Mario Odyssey. Oh, look at that. Not a Sonic game.
Wow.
So surprising. The reason I like this game so much is because it was my first ever Nintendo Switch game, so
Same.
it has like a special place in my heart. It's just a good game. Is the story all there? No, it's a basic Mario story. Bowser wants to marry Peach. Mario has to stop him.
But gotta
Yada
love
yada,
it.
yada yada yada. You love it. The gameplay is surprisingly good. You have a new gimmick called Cappy, which is just Mario's hat. You throw it, and you can platform off of it, and yeah, that's it. The worlds are also very well detailed. There's literally one where it's basically just New York City, and it's
Yeah.
just absolutely gorgeous. And another one is another reason why it's so good is because the soundtrack is beautiful. It's a Nintendo soundtrack. You
We
can't get
might
any
like
better.
soundtracks here.
Yeah, I think I do because video game music is phenomenal. All right, well, Kiefer, what is your number 2 favorite game?
My number 2 has to be Zenless Zone Zero. Yeah, I know I'm not beating the allegations, but it's okay.
Do better.
I'm sorry, it's just too much of a good game. This Hoyoverse game is just set in a modern world, and you just have to go through these hollows, and you have to fight alongside your agents, which are just character design is great, just very great. I really appreciate it, and the updates recently just keep on adding more lore and characters to get. It's just overall a really good game, and it's really good for its replayability. Now, the creme de la creme, we're going to move on to our number 1. Ronan?
My number 1 favorite video game of all time is the Infinity. And I know it's a bit of a tone shift to go from Marvel, Sonic, Mario to Disney. But here's the thing. This was the first video game I ever played. So it has a real soft spot in my heart. The reason that makes it so good is that there is so much care put into it. All the there's so many characters. You can play as anybody from Disney, Marvel, or Star Wars. You could have Iron Man racing against Lightning McQueen.
Because why not?
Yeah, think of another game that can do that. I'll give you a minute. No, you can't, because it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
So that is why that Disney Infinity is my favorite game of all time. Now, Kiefer, what is your favorite game of all time?
My number 1 has to be Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the most recent anime game and the best-selling, actually, as of late. It's insane. It's everything we all wanted. It's 3D into 2D, and it's good. Overall, it's just, yeah.
I don't watch anime that much, but I can't deny this game is phenomenal, and it should have won Best Fighting Game at the Game Awards.
Sadly, it didn't, but hey, we can always get that dub later on. But
Yep.
Overall, it is great. The character design is phenomenal, just like the show.
I think you like character design.
Maybe. And there are so many characters to choose from all the Dragon Ball series, and there's going to be even more with Daima. That is about it for our podcast. So from the Viltrumites, see ya.
later.